It's the Pod in the City weekly roundup. I'm John.
And I'm Amanda. Wicked came out in theaters this week, and we are both holding space for the lyrics of Defying Gravity.
The first previews of Audra McDonald's Gypsy have been bootlegged, and let the judgment begin. Is everything coming up roses, or is it time for Mama to move on?
And Vanderpump Rules officially announces an all-new cast, which is good news for people needing a reset and terrible news for those of us with Stockholm Syndrome.
Oh, all that and so much more on this week's episode of the Pod in the City weekly roundup. I just felt so paranoid during that because I kept thinking I was going to cut out like last week, and then but I couldn't tell if I had cut out, etc.
I should hold the microphone up to my heart right now because I forgot to put up the picture at the end. So you should have seen the scrolling I was doing. You should have seen. No one's ever scrolled like that before. Welcome everyone to the weekly roundup. Happy Wednesday to everyone, and we're both different people now since last week.
I have been changed for good, y'all.
Oh yeah,
spoiler alert.
Definitely not for the better, but definitely for
anyway. Yes, there was a time before the Wicked movie, and there is now a time after the Wicked movie.
Yeah.
So what we want to say is, okay, if you're listening, hi, it's the Pod in the City weekly roundup, as you've heard us say multiple times. Please hit subscribe. If you're just jumping in here, give us a try, babe. Also, hit like. That really helps us out so much. It is the time of thankfulness, of course, and it's the time of love, the time of the season of sharing and giving. And now is a great time to give us that like, baby, because
love is the thing, you know. That's Jennifer Hudson's horrible line reading.
I'm hoping that for Christmas, Amanda might give me my very first Louis Vuitton.
You said you'd never seen it. Meet me in St. Louis. Let's do some.
People are like, okay, logging out now. And great.
You guys are annoying. You're way more annoying than last week. All right.
All right. Our And Just Like That episode is coming up. Pretty boring. I didn't like it, but you know, if you want to listen to me bitch about it, go ahead and check it on out, baby. It's free now with your Patreon subscription, or comes out on Friday. Speaking of Patreon.
Oh, by the way, this episode is Joan was really funny on that Sex and the City episode.
Amanda really was thinking I was very funny in that.
I was really like, my Tourette's was really coming out because I was so like, I don't know. I was just really enjoying Joan, and I was in a very silly mood. So I was like extra Tourette'sing. So if you want to see that, check it out.
So I guess I didn't sell the episode very well. I said the episode's boring. I guess our version, though, is fabulous. Check it out, babes. And then, guys, we decided that this week over on Patreon, which if you don't know what Patreon is, it's a subscription area over there on a website called Patreon, where you can join us each week. It's $6 a month, so like $1.50 a week. I mean, come on, babe. And you get 3 episodes, really, our And Just Like That, our weekly roundup, and you get this week, our Wicked movie special. Full spoiler alerts, every single thing that we thought about the movie. You know, I have, though, been thinking since we recorded it, I keep thinking of things that I'm like, oh, I should have said something about that. So we are going to talk a little bit. We're going to give a spoiler-free kind of review here today.
Yeah. So that Patreon episode was almost ran 2 hours.
It really did.
End of the night, and we were still like, we could have kept going, but yeah.
I probably could have, because it's us being like, oh my God, when she goes from this note to this note, you're like, what? It's like literally, if you want to hear 2 musical theater nerds,
and we're not being cynical.
Okay, I'm not being, well, you know, I had thoughts during it, but
oh yeah, we're still us. There's a part at the end where John's talking about like this sequence in Defying Gravity, and then it's just me staring at the camera, fully crying.
Yeah, you were like, Because there is a sequence in Defying Gravity that if y'all have a heart at all, I don't know how you wouldn't burst into tears. Anyway, so some life updates. Go for it, Amanada.
As you can see, I got a happy little stinky Walter back there. Walter, say hi, Ungies.
Walter's like, yay.
He's like, that bitch is out of here. Whiskey is officially gone.
Adopted.
Adopted.
Not like sent to the farm or anything.
She ran into, I had given her to a different foster family just for respite for 2 days. And she was super nervous and like scared to touch anything. But this new family, they took her to their house for the trial day. And she walked in their house and was like, yeah, I fucking live here now.
Oh.
Like immediately, I live here. This is my house. You are mine. I own all of you. And they were sending me videos, pictures, all weekend. Look at this.
Oh, that's so good. Don't you feel so good about yourself?
Yeah, I feel I'm a real hero. It's devastating. This was I really felt like I was going through a breakup this weekend. I was very depressed, but luckily I had a wicked TikTok to scroll through for 48 hours. But anyway, she's gone. She has a great life. And right after this, I'm getting in my car with summer tires, I just found out. And I'm driving probably with my hazards on because I have to go say goodbye to her. So that's where I'm going after this.
Okay, well, be careful.
I will. I actually checked to make sure my insurance is intact. That's how nervous I am about this. Okay, I'll be fine. I'll be okay. Costing $1,500 for new tires, so I have to wait a week. Sorry.
Wow.
Gotta wait till a paycheck comes in.
Okay.
But anyway, that's it. Whiskey. Yeah. I'm getting a kitten.
Yay.
Yeah.
You're getting a kitten?
Yeah, that's my next foster. Lots of animals need help, Joan. All the time in Arizona too.
Do you think Latrice and
they don't give up?
They won't care.
They're gonna treat it horribly. That's good for the kitten.
Oh, great. I would consider fostering, but I would fail. So, yeah. Anyway, my life update is nothing. It's Thanksgiving tomorrow. I was going to say in Arizona, but in the United States. And I, for the last 4 years, have been the one that cooks the shit because I am the least. Surprisingly, I'm the one who can be the most calm about all of it. I don't get stressed out about it.
I think both you and me have that kind of personality where we're pretty manic at all times, but if we have to kind of be in charge of something, we're super. That's the most chill I am.
Yeah, I'm I got this. I enjoy. I think it's fun, so I'm gonna make all the stuff and
Well, that's fun.
I make the pies too. My grandma taught me how to make pie.
Oh my God. Okay, so you're hosting the whole Thanksgiving.
We host it. We have it at my mom's house. And I cook all this stuff.
Better clean up. No cleanup. That's sweet.
We clean up still. But we have 14 people there. So some people also volunteer to clean up.
People a few months ago, and it was the most stressful thing ever. So
you what?
I cooked for 5 people a few months ago. My aunt and uncle came.
Oh,
and my mom and it was really stressful. I couldn't imagine cooking for 14 people, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
Great. Okay. Do you want to hit that one button for our hot topics?
Yeah. Let's do it. Oh, I almost hit TikTok. You don't stop. Oh my God. What's happening? Yeah. That's StreamYard. I hit it. It was just sitting there.
It did already play.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, one thing that has come out, guys, Billboard has released its greatest pop stars of the 21st century, and they were doing this whole lead up, and they left the top 3 empty, and then they added one at a time, and then they finally released that Beyonce is number 1, which, come on, it makes
everyone's
sense.
Scared. Everyone's scared to die of pneumonia.
It makes sense. The bitch is everything. If you watch the Renaissance film, if you watched Baychella, any of it. Sorry, not sorry. Even if you don't like her music, even if you don't live for her vibe, you can't say she isn't out there working her ass off. And and people were really upset. Hey, Julie.
Hey, girl.
The first time Oh no, people are upset. Now I'm thinking about that comment. Oh my God. The Swifties are upset. Okay, Swifties are upset because they just can't believe that Beyonce would be better than Taylor Swift. Now, in response, the Beehive have come out and they have shown there are comparison videos between Beyonce's performances and Taylor Swift's performances. Now, please, thank you, Salawalaway. I was going to get to that. Why is Drake considered a pop star and Kanye West? Like, what?
I heard Drake likes him young.
Amanda.
That's what I've heard.
Amanda.
Have you heard that? I bet you have.
Ew, I hate Drake. I think he's
I do
horrible.
too. I'm ashamed he's Canadian.
The only time I liked him was when he was Jimmy on Degrassi.
Yeah.
Anyway. So the Swifties are upset, and now I have shared my feelings previously about Taylor Swift. I think she makes interesting musics. Beautiful gowns, as Aretha Franklin says. But the dancing, I'm sorry, the dancing of Taylor Swift and all of that it will never. Sorry, like I would even put Taylor Swift number 2 here. Sorry,
Lizzo and Adele. Oh, Adele is on there. Lizzo's not on there though. That's kind of weird.
I'm not surprised that Lizzo's not on it because I think she's losing relevancy.
Yeah,
and I think a lot of these people, most of these people, probably are going to be like names that people will remember. Anyway, who knows?
I'm going to read the list really quickly.
Yes. Okay. I'll just do the top 10. How about that?
Okay.
Number 10 is Adele. Number 9, Ariana Grande. 8, Justin Bieber. 7, Kanye fucking West. What?
Well,
6, Britney Spears. Thank God. Makes sense. Love her. 5, Lady Gaga. Makes sense.
Yeah.
4, Drake. Barf. Gaga should be number 4. Sorry, if anything. Rihanna, number 3. Taylor Swift, number 2. And Beyonce, Queen Bee, reigning supreme, as usual. Now, my request here, Beyonce, release the Renaissance film for streaming or purchase. You can't watch it anywhere. Unless I go on some, like, freaking torrent website, maybe. But you cannot watch it anywhere. I will pay $50. Is Christine Brown, is she a singer?
Yeah, she sings at McKelty's wedding, and it sounds like this. Let me call you sweetheart, I'm in love with you. She sings that, and then it sounds like it's going to end, but then it has a whole other verse, and you can see the whole audience go, just lose their clothes. Pretty good.
Great.
Dancing with the Stars.
Cool. Dancing with the Stars had its finale last night. Salawalaway says, Joan, please watch this clip. Oh, of her singing at the wedding. Okay, Amanda texts me that. Amanda will remember. I'll forget. I
can perform it for you.
Dancing with the Stars wrapped up last night. Our Steven, the pommel horse guy, kind of like middled out here. And the spoiler alert in 3, 2, 1. The Bachelor guy won. He's cute. His name's Joey Graziana or something. Mm-hmm. And then Alona Mar got second. People were kind of upset about that because people were thinking she'd be a little lower than that. But, it's all about people voting and stuff. I think Dancing with the Stars is fine. But there was a moment in this, and I watched the entire thing when I saw the clip of it on TikTok, which means
who's this old guy in the picture? Is that Eric Roberts?
Eric Roberts.
Oh, it is. I can't believe I recognized him. Okay, sorry. What happened?
You're fine. Who? Oh, no. I watched this entire clip because Derek Huff, who, if anyone knows, sat behind me at 6 in London and probably hated me the whole time. Okay. And then the other guy, Mark Ballas, who was a pro on there for a long time, and now he's come back and judged and stuff. The two of them did a tango together, like two guys doing a tango together, and baby, guys, go watch it. It was fucking hot as shit. I was living, laughing, and loving. Of course, they never like kissed. They should have gotten a little more intimate, but it was really hot because on Dancing with the Stars, I feel like, yeah, they had what's her name? Oh, JoJo. What's her name?
Ariana Madix.
No, I'm trying to think about same-sex couples. They had JoJo on there who was with a girl, but I don't know if they've ever had any other. Have they had a man and man couple? I don't think they have, unless I'm wrong. So I love seeing two men dance like that together because it's super hot. It's like they flip back and forth between one leads at one point, and then the next one leads, and they're like pulling each other around. Oh my God. I suggest highly to anyone, go watch it. Seriously, look it up. Anyway, that's it. Next, it's all about Vanderpump, guys. I don't know what happened here. I think that there was a news dump because things came out and people were like, well, let's cover up other stories by releasing. Anyway.
Yeah, 3 things came out in the same day, at least within like 30 hours.
Now,
huge things came
the
out.
order that those things came out with technically were this. Schwartz and Sandy's declared that they are closing. Now, we should have taken this as a clue to what would happen less than 24 hours later in the news drop.
Yeah, that's so interesting. I honestly didn't even think of that until you just said it. That's so interesting. Wow.
Yeah, people on TikTok were like, oh yeah, well, that makes complete sense why they're closing, because like they won't even be able to feature it on the show or anything anymore. Right? Okay, so here's what they said. Actually, I don't really care what they said. I more care about what the narcissist said, Sandy. He says, with a heavy heart, we've made the difficult decision to close Schwartz and Sandy's at the end of December. This hasn't been an easy choice for my partners and me, but other priorities and commitments have taken hold. While this business venture has been an incredible stepping stone in my life, a stepping stone in your life to what? Failure? Sweetie, no one wants you after this. One I will always cherish. I look forward to exciting new endeavors. Sorry, I don't.
Great reading. Did you know this? Justine just said they weren't allowed to be featured this past season because of Greg is a Scientologist. Fascinating.
Well, I don't think it would have helped him if they were featured less. To our incredible staff and everyone who supported us along the way, you deserve the true recognition. I can't thank you enough for your endless commitment to making Schwartz and Sandy's a place of everlasting memories. We'll be hosting this is the cash grab here. They need money before they close. We'll be hosting a series of events and have availability to host others leading up to our closing night. The allure of being associated. Oh, here we go. The gem. The allure of being associated with reality TV has hidden what an amazing spot. Has hidden what is an amazing spot and location for LA locals as well. I highly recommend you check us out, especially if you haven't yet. Let's get together one last time. Sandoval. Now, of course, the top comment is from his girlfriend, who's whatever she is. And remember...
the 5 seconds that I spent in her presence, she was being a lot.
Oh yeah, Amanda met his girlfriend.
I did not meet her. She was within the vicinity of me. Justine wanted a picture with her.
I want to keep context here because when Schwartz and Sandy's originally was opening, I thought Tom was still with Ariana.
Yeah.
Am I right? Okay, well, yeah. I don't think that Tom was with Victoria Lee Robinson, his girlfriend, and keep that in mind here as you hear her comment on his bullshit. You want to read this one, Amanda?
Sure. I'm so proud of you. If only you were allowed to properly promote the place on the show as planned. If only someone would have allowed you to have access to the shopping center sign that came with the property so people could see it as the place it is. God, all of these people can't write. So people could see it as the place. Oh, so people could see it, as the place it is in a hidden corner. Okay, which I tried to pay for and surprise you with multiple times, but was turned down. Okay, I don't believe that because why?
She was gonna buy the sign to surprise.
Okay, well then why didn't she do it then? Why didn't she do it?
She was turned down multiple times, Amanda.
I mean, you guys don't even have control of your own Instagram. The list goes on and on. I feel bad. I felt bad from the beginning for the both of you. Yes.
From the beginning?
Yeah, from the beginning. Both of them are such victims, those men. I love you and I'm here to support you always. Remember, people don't know what goes on behind closed door. The landmark of any
all the drugs
in trouble on TikTok is people don't know what goes on behind closed doors.
Yeah.
And don't know all the facts. I love you. They're so in love. I really think they're gonna make it.
I just want to point out in this note, Victoria Lee Robinson, like plenty of the thirst monsters that chase these reality stars
that are way too old, that are much older.
She had claimed to never have watched Vanderpump. And she also is now claiming in this that from the beginning, she just felt so bad for the Toms.
That would irritate me as an ex-girlfriend. Even though I know Ariana doesn't give a fuck, it's still annoying when the girlfriend comes in and is like, well, it's exactly like what's her face with John Jansen being like, oh, we looked at all the records.
Oh my God.
It's exactly that. You weren't there, bitch.
Well, if we're wondering, Tom seems to be floundering, but Ariana is going to be singing at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. This is fine.
I gotta say, it wasn't that
good. This was the thing that popped up on TikTok, and I don't remember what she was singing. It was like a cover of something, wasn't it?
It was
not an original song. It was like,
oh, what was it? It was like it was some like 90s song, I think.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
It wasn't this, but it was like love me,
it was
something like, it wasn't that. Was it that? Dear, I fear we're faced. No, it wouldn't have been.
I think it was.
Was it?
I kind of feel like it was. And my question is, what are we promoting with that? But we'll see. I'm going to say she's still winning. Shit. I've never seen anyone pop onto the Macy's
Someone on
like
TikTok said that she's in Wicked on Broadway, and I like raced to figure that out. It doesn't look like that's true. But like, what if she was? I would actually love to see her try to do Glinda, because if she can do Glinda, then I will fully respect her.
I don't think she could
gotta say
sing
Roxy
Glinda.
is not really a singer role. What?
I don't think she could sing Glinda.
I would like to know though, because we've never really heard her have to. So
I don't think she has a high. She doesn't seem like she has a high register at all. So I don't know how she.
Yeah, but you can fake that. You can fake an opera.
You said that you couldn't sing that.
I can't sing that.
I told you.
No, but I think everyone can fake an opera voice.
Let's see what people are saying here in the comments. Anyway, we love you guys.
And these. Okay. So what else? Okay, is that it? Oh, and then Kristen Doute's pregnant. Duh.
Oh yeah. Oops. Where'd that go? Oh, it's because I was trying to do them. Oh. Yeah. Here's what happened. I fucked this up. The order of events was.
Yeah.
I did get sidetracked because I was like, ooh, failures. Let's show her winning. God. Order of events here. Schwartz and Sandy's announced it's closed. Doty announced that she's pregnant, which good for her. She acted like she's always wanted a child. I'm happy for her.
Yeah.
Honestly, like,
she's my age.
Everyone deserves to be a parent if they want to be.
If I was someone that ever wanted kids, that would actually make me really happy to be like, oh, I can still have kids. Unfortunately, it makes me sad. I'm like, oh, I can still have kids.
You could still have kids. Anyway, let's keep it pushing. What a gossip show. Then the bombshell here: Vanderpump Rules scraps entire cast for season 12, replacing with new group of close-knit servers. Now, I do believe that I predicted this, but then someone said, no, they already have the season 12 filmed. And we thought originally...
That's what I thought too. Maybe that's just what they meant then.
We thought originally it was with the old cast, but there is one cast member that I believe is going to be arriving on that show. Peter.
Oh, thank God.
He's still a manager at SUR, so he's the only one that actually works there. So it makes sense.
Do you think that do you think that Sheena and Brock are going to break up and that Allie is going to break up with James?
No.
Really?
I think James will find success in other reality show outlets. And it has already been announced that Sheena and Lala and Tom Schwartz are going to be on the Valley next season.
Yeah. Oh, good.
So
I need someone to talk to, because none of the girls are gonna. I feel like Lala and Sheena have at least learned their lesson from trying to be friends with Sandra. That they'll be like, no, we're not fucking with Jax.
But Jax and Tom Schwartz like live next door to each other now,
right? So then now Jax has someone to film everything. So
I think it makes sense. Honestly, I wish someone's gonna disagree here, but I wish they would just be done with Lala, because she exhausts me to a level that is unknown. At least with Sheena, there's like funny parts because it's like
I hate Sheena.
No, Sheena though is so delusional that there's a part of it that's like, she did good as gold, for fuck's sake. Come on.
She didn't write good as gold.
I said she did. She did good as gold. I did not say she wrote it. I said I did not say she had anything to do with it. She did it. I didn't even say she like killed it. She just did it. So I love delusion. I'm okay-ish with Sheena. I can't with Lala, because I feel like Lala just manufactures shit to manufacture things.
Okay.
Anyway. All right. Now, Audra,
Broadway
guys.
Yeah.
I think it was just 2 weeks ago we were talking about Nicole Scherzinger was gonna lose her Tony, and it was all but guaranteed now because of her stupidity. And we were like, oh well, Audra's got it in the bag.
Okay, but 2 clips have been released that I've seen. First one, I was talking shit all night with Joan and with Nick Kachanov. We were talking shit.
And that was
everything's coming up roses, I think. Yes.
I think it was, yeah.
And we were all like, I mean, it sounded exactly like what I thought it was going to.
I thought it would sound different because, when she did Billie Holiday, she transformed her voice kind of. I kind of thought she would go more into that belter-y vibe, but she kept a lot of her vibrato. Oh my God.
Yeah, you sound like a fucking fool.
Vibrato, and just like it. I was concerned when I heard the first one. I was like, what?
It sounds like Juilliard does Gypsy. But then Rose's turn in its entirety was released, and that made me like, okay, like you can't even see her. It's just somebody that like turned on their phone in the theater, probably terrified. But the acting that you can hear her doing was great. And she wasn't trying pretty. So I was like, all right, well, that's
Rose's turn. I was like, okay.
Yes, that's fine.
It's fine with Rose's
Not even
turn.
Fine. That's like great. I'm great with that.
And I know the acting is going to be killer. The costumes that I've seen so far are just luxe.
What do you think she'll do at the Tonys? Because I feel like they always do. Everything's coming up. Oh, did Bernadette do Rose's turn? I think Bernadette was horrible as Mama Rose, but
didn't one year they do the women, or am I wrong?
The strippers? If Mama was married?
No. Little Lamb. I think they should do Little Lamb at
that's a real banger, or A Small World, or You'll Never Get Away From Me. No, she should do Some People. No one ever sings that. I would love to see that one.
Yeah.
Great one.
See, I saw Patty do it twice on Broadway.
I may have seen it with you. No, I didn't.
I don't think so. And one of the times she had house slippers on because she had just had foot surgery or something.
I don't think you're the one who ever said that.
She
phoned in
that again? Performance was better than the one where she had heels on, because the bitch was trying to make up for the fact that she was wearing those.
She's probably on like Vicodin too.
Fire. Wow, she was amazing.
All right.
I'm going to dip my toe in here in a little bit of drag shit, y'all. Amanda can turn her ears off for a second. Drag Race UK 6 is wrapping up, babes. And there are other drag races on. I'm watching Down Under. I'm watching Canada. Oh, Amanda, you're supposed to watch Canada.
Oh, well, you need to remind me.
I sent you a text about it.
Oh, did I not respond?
You never responded.
I'm so sorry.
You never responded. God.
The amount of wicked texts that I've sent
Anyway, this is wrapping up. Guys, I really think if you have not watched Drag Race for a while or just kind of been dipped off, Drag Race UK season 6 really fucking good. The people on it are really good. It's down to a point where you're like, I don't know who they're going to really kick off. I guess they're going to kick off that person so that they can, I guess. I don't know. So I'm really excited about this one wrapping up because the finale is this week. And I watched Down Under today. It's fine. I watched Canada's Drag Race. I like it. I think I'm going to like this season with them because it's brand new. It just started last week. They did do a song chat, like a song challenge. What I really liked is they got really long, they got big chunks of time to do their verse. So something that happens when they do these sometimes is they only give them like 5 seconds to say like 3 sentences as a verse. These people had like a full on these like queens had full on like 3 paragraph verses, which I was really into that. I loved it. Dragula keeps going, and I think Dragula is also gonna have the finale like next week or the next week. It was kind of hard to tell because they said that typically this week they would have had the reunion, but they weren't gonna have. I didn't quite understand what the hell they were saying. Guys, Dragula is freaking cool and awesome too. Sometimes the challenges they do, I'm very far removed of understanding what that's even about. But like this one was about the video game Dead by Daylight, which I've heard of the game, but I don't know any of the details of it. So they each had to do a character from Dead by Daylight, and it was really cool. And my girl Asia Consent is, I think, gonna win it. I think I predicted that the first episode because she's fabulous and I love her. And that's my drag minute. Thank you and good night.
Great. Well, let's do a little Housewives dump, shall we?
Yeah.
Start with Salt Lake City.
Okay, what's the event of this week of Salt Lake City that happened? I don't think anything really happened this week, did it?
I don't know.
Heather was back.
Yeah, I know. Heather was back.
And
but they have that brunch at Mary's, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
And someone leaves. Meredith storms out of the lunch.
Oh, yeah. Meredith, her hair looks really good, though.
She looked crazy.
Oh my God, you look dumb. And I hate you.
I thought it was fine. You know, it's at the point of the season where they've now released the mid-season trailer and it looks like it's going to like now pick up the rest of the season. It's kind of in that middle ground where things are just bubbling. Nothing really crazy.
I don't need Heather in there at all. She almost doesn't feel like she fits in there anymore.
I say get rid of her. I love Angie K. Thank you. Oppa!
Yeah, stand.
Beverly.
But she is needed, I will say.
I really like her because she's like one of those people who's like so willing to act and ridiculous that I'm like, okay.
Too, though. Okay, so Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hills. Now, this premiered this week, right? Or have there now been 2 episodes?
I think the last one. Wait, yeah, the last one. The second one premiered sometime this week, but aired. But there's been 2 episodes. I am currently in the middle of watching the second episode, but that first episode was very good for people who just kind of pop in and out of Beverly Hills. I am a popper, in or outer. I know everyone, but I'm like definitely going to watch this whole season, or maybe not. But I love what's the new one's name? Bose. Gorgeous,
yes,
stunning.
She is fabulous, and
I love all the storylines. I love Dorit, and I love Dorit's accent. I just love it. It hits my ears.
The reason I think I'm like gonna like Dorit better than I ever have because she isn't trying as hard to put on airs of being someone she's not, because that's been her whole thing.
Oh yeah, I like her when she's mad, and I like that she's putting Kyle. Although I don't really dislike Kyle Richards because I don't know her well enough. She's still charming to me.
I'm excited to see if Kyle or if Dorit and Mauricio had a thing, because Kyle and Dorit are having some underlying problems.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, have you
wondering,
seen the second episode yet though?
When was it on?
I have no idea when they air, but in it, like, they're just
don't they start fighting
each other? Yeah, they fight about like the everything they're fighting about is, well, you run and watch what happens, and then at the beach at the Bravo TV Awards or whatever. But
because something happened and they were like saying something, and she was like, "Which is your best friend?" And Kyle said something kind of bitchy, and then Dorit's like, "Well, not Kyle," and she was saying it bitchy back.
Something happened and like a drink got spilled.
Oh yeah. So she said, "Not right now, not Kyle right now," or something. And then Kyle took that as like offended.
Well, Kyle in this episode that aired that I'm watching now, Eric has now positioned herself as like I'm not making waves, I'm just the peacemaker. I'm like, you're like the worst person ever. But anyway, she's doing it successfully, I guess. But she's there to kind of facilitate between them. And she says to whoever she's talking to, well, you know, Kyle's having a lot of issues right now, and because Mauricio's really putting her through the ringer behind the scenes, and Dorit is also like PK is putting Dorit through the ringer behind the scenes, and Eric is like, well, maybe we should just like blame them. It was very much an era of like, maybe you're not actually mad at each other, maybe like the men are making your lives way more complicated than they need to be, and that's where the tension is. It's misdirected tension. Erica didn't even say that, but that's like where I got from it.
I think that it's gonna get somewhere. It's only the second episode so far. I don't think I have watched it then. If it came on last night, I haven't watched it yet. I didn't realize. You know what? I'm gonna moan here for a second. Stupid ass Apple TV pisses me off because what it'll do is it will take me back to the beginning. It'll like at the end of the episode of Beverly Hills, if I let it play, it will take me back to the beginning of the season of fucking OC or something. So then in my lineup, it'll say that next to watch is the first episode of OC.
Apple TV does that. Dude, does that with Friends. I literally stopped my rewatch of Friends because I was in like season 7 and I was sick of like trying to find the fucking episode I was in.
Every time I'm scanning to the end of the season because I'm like, are you fucking stop doing that?
And Friends has like 26 episodes per season.
If you're listening,
so I was like
Apple.
over it. Yeah.
OC wrapped up. Fine. I think Heather and Tamara came back at the very, very last few minutes. They came back groveling to Shannon.
Oh yeah.
And it was kind of pathetic to watch.
Good.
I think that
I don't ever think that alcoholism should be used as someone else's storyline or like as a reason to bully. And it's also not anyone else's story to tell, which is also why I was really not into Dorit being like, me and PK have broken up. Oh, also he's a raging alcoholic. It's like, whoa, that's like horrible in my opinion.
I think it's unfair.
Yeah, and you're all
because it's not your story to tell.
Yeah. I don't think any of your healthy relationships with
alcohol. So that was the last part of the reunion. I have gotten to a point where like I don't really care about reunions. I would rather watch regular episodes because things actually are happening. And a reunion is just listening to them yell at it or whine and complain to each other. Yeah. And it's like,
and then Andy getting like so over it. He always has like a little meltdown somewhere in there.
I did like the way he was treating Alexis, like being like, okay, girl, I'm going to give you your chance. I'm trying to get like, he was
right.
He was just as over her as everyone. And guess what? She's fired. She's not going to be back next season.
Wonderful. Yeah. Thank God. How long are they going to
I'm going to blast through this. NYC, fuck this show. Take it off the air. And Potomac. I'm going to give everyone a little lesson about Potomac because Amanda doesn't watch Potomac. But this woman here in the center, her name is Mia Thornton. Okay. When she arrived on this show,
they have wicked colors.
I know that's.
And so did you notice that ours is wicked colors? I never really put that together until I put our background on for the roundup. Like our background is teal, and then our little square up there is pink.
Well, I would I would say the background isn't really green enough, but
well, it's shades of green. It's more green than blue. Continue.
This woman in the middle.
Yeah,
this is very important, Amanda. Her name's Mia Thornton. Okay.
Yeah.
People are upset because they believe that she has really declassified the show. Not declassified, meaning like. Open the secrets, meaning like becoming just lowering the class level, because here's what her storyline is. Mia was married to an older man that she met when she was a stripper or an escort or something. Fine. If you're open about that, fine. So she was. Well, this season it has now been revealed that she left her husband. And the entire time that she was with him, she was cheating on him with her former man that she was with before she got with her husband.
Oh, that's nice.
His name is Ink. And now the show is trying to make it, they're trying, or Mia's trying, or something is trying to make us believe that the story of Mia and Ink is like the love story for the generation. She doesn't know who the father, she doesn't genuinely know if Ink or Gordon, her other husband, which one is the father of one of her sons. And that's part of her thing. And, she says that she was cheating on him the whole time. They have a whole conversation this week. He's like, yeah, you were cheating on me with the entire time. And you had an abortion even when we were together. And I'm like, whoa, I just think that maybe go to Maury with that shit. I would say that isn't a Real Housewives. I understand what people are saying.
And you openly don't agree with abortion. Right.
Let's not get into that, Amanda. I believe everyone should have a choice. Thank you. And
I thought you were going to say, I believe everyone should have an abortion.
I don't want, anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. I believe it's a choice everyone should be free to make, whether you want to have one or you don't. And it's time for the movie. Now, before we get to
Let's hang out of the way.
Moana 2 is coming out this week. If you
it's
don't
already out, isn't it? Oh, I thought I saw it on my Disney Plus.
Oh yeah, it comes out. It says November 27th, which is today.
Theaters. But why did I see it on Disney Plus? Maybe it's like a trailer or something.
Yeah, it's probably not on there, but it came out today, which they do release movies a little earlier on Thanksgiving week in the United States. This originally was supposed to be a Disney Plus TV show, and they decided that they would shove all the episodes together and turn it into morph it into the movie. Now, when they were just making it the TV show, they had a lower budget, I'm assuming. It didn't even have Ali'i Cravajo, which I think is how you say her name. She wasn't even originally playing Moana in the TV version. So they got her back to re-record and do all of it after the fact once they decided to make it into a movie. But in this process, they also did not have Lin-Manuel Miranda involved. And for all the shit people talk about Lin-Manuel Miranda, the bitch is a genius, okay? When it comes to music.
Yeah, that's a major, that, why even why even do Moana 2?
Well, I'll say Moana 1 was a movie that when it came out, it shook me hardcore. I saw it in the theaters 3 different times. I went to see, one of the last times was on New Year's Eve. I went to see it because I was like, oh, I just love this movie. Went by myself like a fucking loser. But I just loved the first one. And the music was a big part of it. When she sings How Far I'll Go, and then when she sings the song with the fucking grandma as the stingray, and oh my God.
Oh, I've never seen it. But I like that. But what can I say except you're welcome?
Amanda, you have to see it.
I'm probably not going to. I don't really like to. Well, no, you know what? I like watching animated movies when I'm really stoned, so it gives me an excuse.
You'll like it. There's parts in it that you'll think are annoying. I think you'll think The Rock is probably annoying, but
I songs like The Rock. I don't really like. Is it going to make me really sad? I can't watch Coco.
No, it's uplifting.
Oh.
Well, no, it's not like Coco. No, the ending of Coco is you could.
And you don't see that coming either. It's like Toy Story 2 that I watched by myself in the afternoon one time, just with my cat Rose, and I was not ready for it. Why have I never heard how traumatizing this movie is? All right.
Anyway, what happened here is they instead, because of the viral success of that Bridgerton musical that was written by those people who decided they didn't want anything to do with Netflix and then got sued and then weren't allowed to do their musical anyway. And if they had just joined Netflix in the first place, they probably could have done their musical. Anyway, they are now writing it. 2 white girls, just saying. And unfortunately, I've heard some of the music from this, and it is really missing that flair of the islands. It sounds like it's really missing that flavor. How about that?
Yeah.
And I literally, the last time, when I heard they were doing Moana 2, I was like, oh, okay. I would actually see that. I actually am one of the people who thinks Frozen 2 was better than Frozen 1. Not sorry. So I don't mind a Disney sequel, but guys, when you decided you were going to do a movie, call up Lin-Manuel Miranda, pay him $50 million, and get his ass to fucking speed write some shit for this. I don't want to listen to those other people. It's gonna not be good. I'm sorry. I can't deal with it.
All right. Anyway. Well, you talked about that way longer than you were supposed to. Let's get into what we all came here for. All right. Wicked dawn, wicked dawn. I'm not gonna try to hit the high note because I can't. But anyway, Wicked's out in theaters.
Wicked's out, babes. And if you really want to hear a full spoiler deep dive, join our Patreon. We had someone already join today, and I'm sure it's because they want to hear our deep dive of Wicked. So check it out. But we're gonna just do a little run through. First of all, you can't be. I think the biggest thing are these two stars of Wicked. I mean,
great picture of me,
Glinda and Elphaba. They killed.
Yeah. I hate you. Of course, you can tell in that picture that Joan didn't even look over to me in the picture. Didn't even take consideration of, well, I look great, but does Amanda look great?
I think you look good in this. I have 6 different screenshots of it, and I just wasn't really paying attention to anything.
I mean, I sat like that for the whole hour, so everyone's seen it.
If you're not watching, I just showed the picture of when we were dressed like Glinda and Elphaba. Now, I don't know how to get into this because I don't want to talk about too much detail, but obviously Cynthia Erivo killed.
More than I thought. Okay, well, here, let's just come right out and say it here. We loved it. It's one of the best movies. I really don't even know where to rank it, but it's one of my favorite movies, but it might just stand on its own as such a specifically unique theater experience. And when me and Justine saw it, it was just us and 2 other single people in the theater. No one made a fucking peep. We got to spread out. We got to cry. We wept. After Defying Gravity, we were just openly weeping. And we're trying to talk to each other, but it was really, the tears were streaming.
There is a moment in Defying Gravity that sends me. I saw it twice, and even the second time, it sent me over the edge. Probably even more than the first time.
Have any of you guys seen it? Please leave a comment. If you're on the rewatch, please talk about Wicked in the comments. Let's get that engagement up.
I want to know if you guys saw it. Did you guys like it? Who was your favorite part?
I
don't know.
Okay, well, I'm going on Friday and I'm having Rob take me. And I'm and I'm going to make that mac and cheese, the Teeny's mac and cheese. So I'm probably already going to be in a bad mood because I probably will have already fucked it up before we meet at the theater. So I'm going to show up all discombobulated. But I don't know, is this a good idea to have this person watch? Is he ready to experience me watching I
would just say make sure that you don't care about his reaction to it at all.
Oh,
because he could just probably be
I'm worried about his reaction to me. Me reacting to that. I'm not gonna look pretty after that's over.
Okay, so Jay Schwa saw it. Never saw the stage version, couldn't handle it with her mind. It was so fucking good. Salo Walloway is worried that it seems long. I was very worried, and Salo Walloway, I bitch about movies being too long all the damn time. I say, shorten everything there is, make everything an hour and a half. This, literally, with as much stuff as happens and the story that's told, honestly, it could have been even longer in my mind. And it is only the first half, so you do have to wait a year to see the second half, unfortunately. But once the second half is released, baby, I will be watching this start to finish.
It'll just always be on. It's my new Sister Wives. It can just always be on. If that ADHD thing where if you're eating, you need to but it's sometimes really stressful because you have your meal, but you're I need something to watch for this 15 seconds it's going to take for me to devour this. I can just
can't. I have to have something on while I'm eating. I can't just sit there.
But they do say one of what it's going to be. So Wicked can just always be the option.
Oh yeah.
Always.
I think Wizard and I was so fucking good. Sorry, the part when she spins there, and the colors and I don't want to give things away, but it's so good. Thoughts on Ariana? I was worried. My first viewing, I was more judgmental. I still thought she did well. I was never like, oh my God, she's terrible here. My second viewing, I decided to go in with a clean slate and realize her and I have done some of the same things. And so I need to wipe my...
well,
anyway. Yeah. So the second viewing, I was like, she's great. She's great.
She's great. If she was on Broadway and you were sitting in the theater,
I don't think she could do it on Broadway. Not to be a hater, but
stamina-wise. But if you were sitting in the audience and she came out and gave this performance, you wouldn't even think twice. You'd be like,
no,
I
wouldn't.
Is a Broadway performance.
Now, I will be a hater here for a second. For me, you could have cast someone else as Glinda, and I would have been fine. But Cynthia Erivo is like needed to be this part.
But I also want to give Ariana props like we did
completely.
For also how much producing I think she was also doing, because she really does love Wicked, like a music theater girl.
She was very involved from what I'm seeing of helping
her a lot for that.
Helping stay on track of what it was.
And probably having more power to be like if studio heads are like, no, we want to cut the Professor song. She's like, no. Or this little interstitial. No, we're keeping that. We're keeping everything. They didn't cut any music.
I saw too a TikTok where people were talking about why people are liking this so much. And a real big thing about it is because they had practical sets. They did a lot of practical effects. It wasn't all completely. Now there's parts that obviously were CGI. You can't have her fly around if you don't add a little bit.
She's doing as much as you can possibly do without
there are
being able to fly.
There's videos of her singing while she is being swung around a freaking room. The bitch is insanely good.
And Defying Gravity.
Did you know that her and I have the same birthday?
Who do? Cynthia Erivo?
Yeah.
Wow.
She's 1 year younger than me, though.
Oh, yeah, because I think...
That makes me depressed.
Didn't Justine send us something that it's like a Capricorn? Those two have the same things as yours.
Oh!
Maybe? I don't know, something like that.
Is Ariana actually a Cancer? Because, that did
say... No. She's also producing Cynthia's upcoming album. Well, probably do a duet on it. Their voices also blend...
They did
so well together.
They sounded fabulous. I loved it. Should we talk about a couple of the other characters?
Yes, throw them up. I put all the pictures.
Jeff Goldblum,
perfect for this.
He is. He's a great cast, and it goes along well with the way they did it on Broadway too.
And he's got for these press junkets, because the media tour seems to be equally as performative as the actual movie in some ways. And Jeff Goldblum's a great energy to bring along with these two bitches who can't stop crying. Jeff
Goldblum and Jonathan Bailey's
the
interviews are
those.
So good.
But then of course you have interviews like this. It's like, okay.
In case you guys didn't hear, there is an interview where this interviewer is like, I just want to let you guys know that right now people are really holding space for the lyrics of Defying Gravity. And it feels like she's going to say more or something. And Cynthia's like, really? That people are doing that?
I didn't know that.
I didn't know.
And then Ariana does this.
That's what we were trying. That's what this was all about.
The interviewer tries to backpedal, because then you can tell she's like, "Oh, it's not really fact." She's like,
it literally makes no sense.
It doesn't, but it's funny, and now it is kind of part of the lexicon. So I think that's
that's been the meme that I've been seeing everywhere. Is like holding space for Wicked or Defying Gravity. People are even using it for other things, like funny. I'm holding space for this thing or whatever.
All right, what did we think of? I loved from the second before he even opened his mouth. I was like, he's amazing. I love him, and he's perfect.
Because you are so beautiful. When him and Nessa Rose are singing, I'm like,
that's his little line that I know people I saw make fun of this line, but it's my favorite type of rhyme where it's like, Nessa, darling.
Nessa, that I've got something to confess, a reason why.
Yes, those are my favorite types of rhymes, because
to me, those are smart.
I know those are my favorite type, where the part of the rhyme is actually the first part of the next word, and it sinks over into it. I don't know. I loved it. I love Schwartz's. There's a lot of those in Popular too, and no one cares about that.
Justine did listen to our Patreon episode. Thanks, Justine. And she did comment that there was something that I said and spoiled in it about the second act that I was like, oh, this is so obvious. Why did they give it away in this first part? And she's like, I actually had no idea. So sorry, guys, if you do listen to that. And
oh, it's full of spoilers. Yeah, we assume you already know that.
But it's a spoiler for the second act.
Perfect. And he's more featured in the second act.
He has really cute moments.
Really cute moments and like kind of scary moments. That's like the one. That's the
part. Oh, in the second
that part is scary. Like genuinely.
Well, don't give that away.
I'm not giving it away. But no, but I said to John before this, and I said to Justine earlier. So I'm working my comedy routine throughout my friends. But this is my new dream role because I could do. It's a seated role, and spoiler: you don't need to be able to walk very well. It's like,
oh my god!
For, like tech for Q to Q, I could just sit in a wheelchair the whole time. All she does, I was watching her on the slime tutorial. All she has to do is break and unbreak her wheelchair, and everyone else pushes her around. It's a perfect role for me.
You should play that old lady in A Little Night music.
Oh yeah, Armfeld.
She stays in the thing. Anyway, let's move past that. All right.
Okay. No, she was good.
I loved baby Nessa Rose.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're like, do you want to hear a story?
Yeah. She's also in a wheelchair black.
She's adorable. Oh, I want to give shout out to baby Elphaba because I've now been seeing interviews and literally
on the most in the movie too.
There's an interview where someone's like, hi, oh my God, what was your experience like or whatever, and blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh, what do you want to, what do you want to be when you grow up or like for your future? And she's like, I want to be just like Cynthia because she is the most, and see, this is where I've talked about this some other time when I went on some rant about things. Representation is so freaking important because this little girl, probably all the time she had seen it before, maybe wasn't able to see herself in that character.
And we were saying it makes way more sense to have a person of color be eligible.
Exactly. It really does.
Strange, it's strange that there aren't more Black Elphabas, Indian Elphabas.
It adds another layer because that is what the story is about. And all these people, there's this whole thing. Amanda and I joke about it quite a bit on the Patreon about people saying Wicked isn't political or the opposite.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the Wizard of Oz, he's like the Democrats and Elphaba is like Trump.
I'm like, Trump?
How much have you lost the plot in your life to think
that? Anyway, can't we just have one thing?
Anyway, not to get too political. Now, should have cut this part, but Bowen Yang was in it and he was fine. I thought he should be cut.
He served his purpose and I don't think he was meant to be anything more than that. I don't think he's really in Act 2 either.
I just don't need to hear him being interviewed afterwards about what a piece of art he's made and blah. It's like, okay, girl. I will
did I get Jonathan Bailey? Oh yeah, there he is. Okay.
I was saving the best.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know that. I thought I was pulling up Madame Marble, but maybe I didn't.
Now, is she in here? Mm-hmm. Oh, we have Dr. Dillamond.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know. Madame Marble isn't in here. I loved Michelle Yeoh. I thought she could have been a little kookier. I didn't mind Dr. Dillamond. In fact, this is probably having it as an actual goat made me like it more than when it's a human wearing goat horns and like a weird face thing. Now, I'm sure you could have guessed. Guys.
John's holding space for Jonathan.
I'm holding space for a lot of space. Yeah. This man could ruin every ounce of my life, and I do not care.
And your body.
I don't care. And I've said before, like, I think he is sexy. I think he is very everything. Typically, I think he's attractive. Don't get me wrong.
I see what they're doing in this picture too. We're like, we're gonna have you pose if you just face away from the camera, please, and make sure we can see your ass outline.
I'll just say the Wicked marketing team knows how to serve it to the girls and the gays and theys. All right, they know who their audience is. Now, Jonathan Bailey. I've said he is shorter than typically and not say that means everything, but in my mind, I always think someone who's taller than me has this like more allure. God damn. Sorry, I shouldn't say that, but the moment this man shows up in this movie, and I'm not even trying to be biased. I'm really not. Like, I know I've already been like
texted me in the
that was the okay.
in the movie theater.
I'll say most movies I check my phone and stuff. That's why I sit in my special seat because I'm hidden by a wall and no one can see what I'm doing. So, but this time I did not even look at my phone except during Dancing with Life. Dancing Through Life. Sorry. Oh my God. I'm like flustered. Dancing Through Life with Jonathan Bailey. And all I text Amanda because I was like, oh, I might go. I went at 10 o'clock at night and it was on Wednesday the before.
You went at 10:30 at night.
Oh, 10:30.
I was asleep for like an hour by that point.
And Amanda's like, oh yeah, keep me updated. And the only thing I sent like an hour in was Jonathan Bailey in all caps. And I'm sorry, this man is like the charisma of this man. It's like unmatched. It is unmatched. One thing I will say is people are kind of annoying me online because they keep being like, what did men do to deserve? What did men do to deserve him? Like because he's gay.
Yeah, I think it's better that he's gay. Just like how like
I'm going to tell you the reason he has the charisma he has, and all of that is because he's gay.
I think if that had been a straight actor, a lot of people would have been a lot more turned off by because the character is kind of a douche, but it works with him.
Oh my God, though he comes off as he does not come off as a douche at all.
Well, he says an animal. He likes animals.
And he cheats on his wife, so I guess he does.
Definitely does.
Oh, see, Act 2 spoiler alert.
Sorry.
Well, he pays for it later, as we know. There is a moment. I just want, if you guys watch it, and this is not spoiling anything. There's a moment where Jonathan Bailey is doing his Dancing Through Life thing and he gets up on a desk or whatever and there's a male student. He does things with men, which like, come on. Thank you.
Representation.
He's like, thank you. Why not? Why can't he be bi? Why can't he do it all? I'm not saying he is bi. He likes attention is what it seems like. But he does this thing where he's like, life is painless when you're brainless or something. And he's like, moving the guy's head around, and then he like pushes the guy's head back. The guy like leans back in his chair, and Jonathan Bailey kicks his leg up underneath the guy's armpit to catch the guy as he's falling back, and then he pulls the guy back up towards him.
It makes that guy feel really thin and skinny.
Guys,
are you gonna go
cry right now? I could cry because of that moment.
I think I need to watch.
I don't know if I'll go again.
I need to watch like another 48 hours of Wicked, just like people posting it on TikTok, so I can kind of get out of my system a little more. I need to, or maybe I'll watch another couple slime tutorials. So by the time I see the movie, Wizard and I, the dance scene in Defying Gravity, I'm going to be crying. But everything else, I think I can handle. And I'm going to go to the bathroom during the animal abuse section.
They don't even abuse any animals.
Well, they look sad.
Oh, okay. Well,
anyway, that's it for Wicked. But if you want more detail, check out our Patreon.
Check it out.
Lastly, I don't really have anything for TikTok. Do you?
No, I thought what we should end with this week, let's be cliche. Amanda already said that she celebrated True Thanksgiving whenever that was in Canada last month.
Real Thanksgiving, yeah.
So we're gonna just share some things we're thankful for, or at least one thing. What are you thankful for, Apanada? Oh, and also you guys write what you're thankful for in the comments, don't you?
Yeah, in the live chat and stick around and leave it in the other chat. I'm not even gonna try to be cynical here because I'm so excited to see Whiskey. I'm like leaving soon, but I'm thankful for this audience. I'm thankful for my We Love to Hate audience. I'm thankful I'm thankful I moved to Canada. I'm thankful for my family. And if on this podcast, I'll specifically say, Joan, we're not usually like serious with each other, but I am really happy that we started this podcast. You've been an exceptional co-host. And I mean, if you don't listen to as many podcasts as me, you don't know about all the podcast drama, but there's podcast drama out there everywhere all the time. Friendships ending, years-long friendship. And we're like a 20-year-long friendship. And there was no doubt in my mind that you would be flaky or you'd fuck around or you would try to cancel or like, No, but like I've never worked with you in this kind of aspect before, but you are like super like on your shit, perfectionist, which I actually need. And I think it's a really good pairing. We both show up every week like dreading having to record, but I always have fun. You always make me feel better.
Same.
So yeah, like I'm thankful for all of that. And just
you know what? I'm not saying this just because you said that. I'm grateful and thankful for my podcast mommy, Amanada, because really I wouldn't be doing this if she hadn't asked me to do it. No way in hell would I have volunteered to be like, you know what I want to do? I want to start a podcast. Aaron, I am thankful for Jonathan Bailey.
Yeah,
though the unfortunate part is literally I would probably never meet him. And if I ever did, I would literally be like, I am so grateful for Amanada, which I hate that, but Amanda, because in this last year, and really this podcast has helped me get something that I've been like searching for and missing, is that piece of like being yourself and having people appreciate and love you for being you, not trying to be someone else, not trying to pretend you are someone else, and just really riding it out and knowing that there's other people out there who don't hate you when you talk.
Yeah, who are like, oh, I like that.
Aren't disgusted by your existence. It just
it feels
that
a lot
nice
too. But it's a nice group over here. I feel very safe over here.
And I am so thankful for the people who have really come in clutch, supporting us completely. I want to say an extra special thanks, of course, to our Patreon members, because you help pay for like my ticket to Wicked. Our YouTube, yes, our subscribe.
Like Rogers is here in the chat. So
thank you, Shannon.
Yeah, if you can join us on YouTube too, even for $1 a month, you can support us. So yeah,
it really helps everything. And I also, though, I don't want to make it sound like you need to give us money for me to be grateful for you, honey. I am so thankful that you are here every freaking day watching us, whether you are annoyed by us or not. I just love you guys so much. And there you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see Whiskey now. I'll tell Whiskey happy Thanksgiving from all of you guys, and I'll give her an extra special kiss. And I hope you guys all have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Joan, good luck cooking, and good luck to all of you cooking. Have fun with if anyone's gonna be experiencing family drama and Thanksgiving, you can always come right back here. And if you need someone to bitch to, you come sit by us.
I saw a really good thing about the family. Now I don't really experience a lot of family drama because I've now controlled most every aspect of it, and parts of the drama aren't even in my life anymore, but etc. I saw something that said, you know what? You can always leave.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind. If you're over it, it does not matter. And
guess what? Making a dramatic exit. I have made some dramatic exits in my life.
Not a dramatic exit.
No, make it. If you're gonna leave, make it dramatic. But anyway, that's it, guys. We love you.
No, I'm trying to give a really good thing here. Okay, you can leave if you have to. Also, I have this tendency to, you can't get in trouble when you're a grown adult.
Oh yeah,
just letting you know. Yeah. I often get this, when you're around family, it's very easy to morph back into being like a 10-year-old again and feeling like, oh my god, the grown-ups in the room.
You are an adult. You are older than your parents when they had you.
You're probably also a lot smarter than your parents were at your age. So just hold on tight to that and know that you're better than the other people at your Thanksgiving if they're annoying you.
Fabulous.
And we love
you guys. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and we'll see you next Wednesday
Bye.
at the same time. Bye. Let's do this one.